we just got to deal with it. So instead, Liberty couldn't make a three to save their life, and therefore the ref stepped and helped them with measly 40 free throws. Only one team was allowed to be physical all night long. Jets completely ruined the game. Look at this. 33 of 40, 9 of 15, bro. Now, y'all see what I'm saying? It's bigger. This whole thing is bigger than the Fever organization. It's an entire league that's freaking doing this to Caitln, bro.
The cameras captured every moment, and the atmosphere inside the arena suddenly grew tense. Breanna Stewart, widely known across the league for her poise and professionalism, showed a rare display of frustration on the sidelines, raising her voice toward members of her coaching staff in a moment that caught many by surprise. It wasn't just a brief exchange, it was an emotional reaction that left those watching, including Stephanie White, visibly stunned. While the media often focuses heavily on moments of frustration from younger players, this incident unfolded in full view, yet seemed to receive a noticeably different response, leaving many observers questioning the consistency of that treatment.
Then the Fever organization, it's an entire league that's freaking doing this to Caitln, bro. And it's sad and very, very unfortunate, bro. It's sad as a Caitlin Clark fan and watching her from back in the days when she played at Iowa to seeing this is beyond me. Beyond me, bro. Like, I'm damn near lost for words. Time I was watching this game, Kelsey Mitchell got the ball. She's shooting the ball, bro. She's shooting. Kelsey Mitchell is not passing the ball to a soul.
What made the moment stand out even more was how different it seemed from the narrative that has surrounded the league throughout the season. When Caitlin Clark shows visible frustration or questions a decision on the court, the discussion often quickly turns toward whether she is being difficult or overly emotional. In contrast, when Stewart expressed her frustration and took control of the conversation with her coaching staff, many commentators framed it as a veteran player demonstrating leadership and competitiveness. To some observers, the contrast in reactions was hard to ignore. The expressions on the faces of those on the Fever bench only added to the sense that there may be growing frustration over how similar situations are sometimes interpreted differently across the league.
I was watching this game. Kelsey Mitchell got the ball. She's shooting the ball, bro. She's shooting. Kelsey Mitchell is not passing the ball to a soul, bro. I am convinced, bro. I am convinced. Oh. Look at this. So we all know, right, that the media tried to make a big thing about Caitlin Clark arguing with her coach. Watch this clip of Breanna Stewart. Watch this.
The point guard right now for New York trying to fire up the rest of this team.
Vacuum. It happened during a game where the Indiana Fever had the New York Liberty on the ropes, leading by as many as 12 points. The momentum was entirely in Indiana's favor until the energy shifted in a way that felt entirely artificial. You could see the desperation in the Liberty's eyes as their shots stopped falling, especially from beyond the arc where they couldn't buy a bucket. That is when the superstar frustration boiled over, leading to a confrontation that would have dominated the news cycle for weeks if the jersey said Clark instead of Stewart. It was a moment of raw, unedited aggression that exposed.
Thing about Caitlin Clark arguing with her coach. Watch this clip of Breanna Stewart. Watch this.
The point guard right now for New York trying to fire up the rest of this team.
Stewie has a high IQ, so she's probably telling coaches and teams what she's...
Now, it looked like they are applauding this. They are applauding Stewie going off on her coach. Look.
Right now for New York trying to fire up the rest of this team.
Stewie has a high IQ, so she's probably telling...
This is how Caitlin Clark gotta be. This is exactly how Caitlin Clark gotta be. Why Caitlin Clark?
If you look closely at the footage, you can see the exact moment the switch flipped. Stewart wasn't just talking. She was the clear aggressor in the situation, demanding the ball and demanding the offense run through her with a ferocity that bordered on disrespect. The most shocking part? The media didn't condemn it. They applauded it. They called it the energy we need to see from star players. It makes you wonder where that same energy was when Caitln was being torn apart for simply wanting to win. The hypocrisy is starting to reach a breaking point, and fans are beginning to realize that the rules for being a superstar are not applied equally across the board. So she's probably telling
the board.
So she's probably
This is how Caitlin Clark gotta be. This is exactly how Caitlin Clark gotta be. Why Caitlin Clark can't be like that? This is what star players do. Watch it again. Watch it again. Tell me I'm tripping. We're not getting this from Caitlin. We're not seeing Caitlin snapping on Stephanie White. Give me the damn ball. This is the energy we need. Like, come on, man.
Stephanie White seemed lost for words during the aftermath, and her post-game press conference only added more fuel to the fire. When asked about the shift in momentum and how the game slipped away, she pointed to the length of the New York Liberty as the primary factor. She claimed that their size and defensive reach made it impossible for the Fever to execute, but the numbers tell a completely different story. If you look at the rebounding stats, the gap wasn't nearly as wide as she made it out to be. The Fever were holding their own on the glass, which makes her excuses feel like a cover for something much more systemic and damaging to her team's morale.
Now,
Kelsey Mitchell rightfully looks at the basket every time before she's got to give up quicker on some of these possessions to open players. Kelsey Mitchell robbing Caitlin Clark of assists. Exactly, bro. So, like, I'm not the only one that's been noticing this Kelsey Mitchell thing. Breanna Stewart crashed out on her own coach, too. Yes, definitely did. She definitely crashed out on her coach tonight. Definitely did. No doubt about it. Let me see, guys. I'm about to see if the press conference came out, because I want to see what the hell Stephanie White has to say. Oh, yes, it did.
Let's talk about the officiating, because that is where the real scandal lies. The New York Liberty were handed a staggering 40 free throws over the course of the night. Think about that number for a second. 40 attempts at the line while only one team was allowed to play physical defense. It completely ruined the flow of the game and acted as a safety net for a Liberty team that was struggling to make a single three-pointer. Every time the Fever tried to establish a rhythm, a whistle would blow, sending a New York player to the stripe. It felt less like a basketball game and more like a choreographed march toward a specific outcome that the league desperately needed.
Let me see, guys. I'm about to see if the press conference came out, because I want to see what the hell Stephanie White has to say. Oh, yes, it did.
Rose would probably something to start with, just talk about the game, how that might have been. She held 30% shooting, I think 11% with three, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, 23 free throw attempts in the fourth quarter. We had 2, and we did foul intentionally 3 times, so that's 6. It was not a pretty game. Certainly. I felt like, in spite of that, we gave ourselves opportunities.
The fourth quarter was particularly egregious, with the Liberty taking 23 free throw attempts in that period alone. To put that into perspective, the Fever only had 2. You cannot convince me that one team suddenly forgot how to play defense without fouling while the other team played perfectly clean basketball for 12 minutes straight. It was a lopsided display of authority that effectively neutralized the Fever's largest lead of the night. Stephanie White mentioned the intentional fouls at the end, but even when you account for those 6 shots, the discrepancy is still massive. It was a whistle-blown comeback that left fans questioning the integrity of the game.
Challenges. I mean, we couldn't get C loose very much at all, and we got to do a better job of finding ways to do that. Their length caused some problems.
She said their length. Hold up. Y'all was winning the whole damn game. Let me see the rebounds. So the Fever had 41 rebounds to their 47 total. Is that total? I'm trying to see here. Offensive rebounds. So, yeah, what the hell is Stephanie talking about? So they had 9 offensive rebounds. The Fever did. The New York Liberty had 13. Defensive rebounds.
but the
But the drama wasn't just between the two teams. It was happening within the Fever roster itself. Kelsey Mitchell is a phenomenal talent, but her performance in this game raised some serious red flags for anyone watching the chemistry with Caitlin Clark. There were multiple possessions where Mitchell had the ball and refused to look at a soul. She was shooting the ball regardless of the coverage, ignoring open teammates and specifically bypassing Clark when she was in a position to create. It is becoming a disturbing trend where the veterans on the team seem more interested in their own stat lines than in utilizing the generational passing talent they have at the point guard position. There was one specific play that had the entire fan base screaming at their screens. Kelsey Mitchell pulled up for a contested shot when she had several open options, effectively robbing Caitlin Clark of what should have been an easy assist. It's almost as if there is a silent internal power struggle happening on the court.